friends, Natalie here, and today is November 1st, so it's time for a vlog hawk with the Cherry on Top design team. Today we are going to work on mini albums or traveler's notebooks. So I was just showing you my traveler's notebook size album that I have for our camping trips that we take, and that's a Life Crafted album. And I'm going to create 2 pages for that. And so I'm kind of going to focus on making fall pages, but without like the traditional fall color scheme, because I love browns and oranges and leaf colors just like everybody else. That was the colors of my wedding. But sometimes you're just in the mood for a different color palette. So I'm going to do 2 different layouts. One is of my husband here, and he's wearing his buffalo check lumberjack shirt. So I'm going to use the ACOT Little Lumberjack collection to create a double page spread about him on our camping trip. And he's sitting there in front of our pot of soup that we made. And so I like to highlight photos that I'm not doing in pockets in this kind of album with like a fun quote or something that takes up a whole page. So I have an album in my Instagram folder that's like quotes that I find. So whenever I find a quote that I like, and it's almost always t-shirt slogans, I will stick it in there. Well, sometimes it's hand lettering, but I had this quote and it was on a t-shirt and I just thought it was so funny. So since he's sitting there looking like he's about to dig into the entire pot of soup, I decided to use it. It is going to say, "It's not a dad bod, it's a father figure." And it's hilarious. So I stamped out the smaller parts of the sentiment with some typewriter font stamps. And then I used my double cut Concord and Ninth die to do the word dad bod, and then I used the new Heather die from Pink Fresh Studio to do the father figure words in different colors. And I'm sorry if you get tired of seeing me die cut outline letters, because I'm never gonna stop. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, I've always used that double cut die so often, and then now that I have that Heather die, oh, I just love it. And I love the way that I could combine them and they work so well. Love, love, love. I will never stop using these. So I chose a pretty busy black and white red paper for his background. So I went super simple white for the title because I wanted it to pop. I wanted it to stand out. So now I'm just kind of arranging everything. And another thing I love about these outline dies is that you can overlap them, and I love that. So I'm gonna back the stamped portion of the title a little bit with this tartan paper from the 6x6 paper pad from Little Lumberjack by Echo Park. And then I'm gonna rough up the edges of those as well to just give it texture and stand out. I have done traveler's notebooks for quite a few years. I enjoy them. I specifically like them for like smaller vacations or trips that I know I have like a finite amount of photos for. But having them inside these page protectors is a game changer for me. And I don't think I'm ever going to go back. Like I actually attempted I did make a traveler's notebook for another trip we took earlier this year, and I decided that's basically going to be my last traveler's notebook because I love these page protectors. So there, if you go back a couple videos, I did a whole video about dry embossing. And so I'm using my heat tool there because I'm drying off my embossed paper, because I did spritz it with water so that it wouldn't tear, because that's like the best tip I've ever gotten. So you can watch that a couple videos back, maybe one video back. I have been not scrapbooking as much lately. I am got to get back into a groove of it because, you know, this time of year for us anyway, life just gets busy. But I had to do that embossed paper to make that photo really pop off the page, and I do like the way that looks. So now I'm going to start gluing everything down, and I won't make you watch all of that. But I do like to start in the middle of the words when I'm centering it on the page, and that way I just kind of get it centered on the page without being super precise with a ruler, because you know me, I'm not super precise at all. I'm very rustic. And so that's as close as I'm going to get to precision over here. So, and I'm just kind of working at the top of the page. I wanted to kind of I don't know. When I'm doing pages like this, a lot of times I think of like magazine layouts, and you got to work with your white space and your negative space. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm putting the title kind of at the top and leaving white space at the bottom, and I will end up embellishing some down there, but I think it keeps it visually pleasing. I put my photo in kind of the same position on the other page as I put my title, easy on the eye. It shows that it's most important, and then it kind of draws it down to below. I did add journaling at the end about the soup that we made and stuff, but so that one at the bottom. But I want you to notice the picture before you notice the journaling. And I'm sorry if you hear lawnmower out my window. My neighbor's mowing their lawn. So now it's time to embellish, and I just went for the cardstock stickers from the collection kit. So I grabbed that thing about the beard because obviously he has a beard, and we were camping, so I used the lantern, and then I also picked this little sticker that says something about flannel, and it's a tag, so I like to put the twine in it, and that's about it. I'm gonna add some stars. Oh, I do fill in a couple of the big gaps in the words with little die cut hearts, because you can keep the inserts and like put the parts of the B's and the O's and the D's back in, but I don't deal with that most of the time. Sometimes I do, but most of the time I don't. But I just thought it'd be cute to add the hearts in there and show that even though it might not be the nicest sentiment, it was done with love. He doesn't care. He would totally wear that shirt if I bought it for him. So there's page 1. And now we're going to do a page about me. We did a dad page. Now we're going to do a mom page. So I had this selfie that I took on the same trip, and I'm wearing a camo shirt. So I went with the Heidi Swap old school collection because she has this awesome camo paper that matches my shirt. And since I used that, I'm just going to stick with Heidi, and I'm going to use her sticker book from that collection and maybe a couple other collections of hers. I like that they can mostly mix and match, and they have that same kind of grunge look to them that I'm really into. So I pulled out die cuts, and I think I'm going to use that frame, but I end up not using it. Spoiler alert. So I'm gonna, on this page, you can see like there's leaves and very much nature in the background. And so it's like a fall page, but it's not gonna be like your typical fall colors. I'm gonna use the green, which I guess you could argue as a fall color, which is of the camo, but then I'm gonna mix it with like this pretty turquoise blue, but it still kind of gives you this outdoorsy like fall vibe. You could totally use that on a fall page. So the page was already cut in that diagonal, and so I decided to go with that and use that there. So I'm going to do the same technique of one big page title on one page and then the photo on the other page. So basically for this traveler's notebook, it's just like a mini layout. It really is a mini double page spread, which if you're into double page spreads, and I know there's a lot of you still out there that do that, this might be like a fun way to freshen up your double page spreads, because you're still getting your double page going on one opening, a continuous flow, but it's a smaller format, and it's a way to get one album to come together really quickly, I think. So I used some like plastic packaging to put my title on to make sure that I had enough letters and that it would fit on my page. And now I want to bring that camo over to the page with the photo. So I just cut a smaller strip and I'm roughing it up, and I'm going to put it at the top. And I played with it because I didn't know if I wanted to go flush up against the top and show only or show white or show brown too. So I went with it showing a little bit of the brown in addition to the white outline. And I like that visual interest that it gives. So now you can see right away that it shows, like, it draws the two pages together, that you have just that little bit at the top of the one page that coordinates with the other page. So these stickers are from the Art Walk collection, but they match the alphas. So I went with those. And then I chose a green one too to kind of bring that green from the camo page above the title. And so I use the tiny stamps, which I love them and I hate them, because I hate like sticking them on and like getting them straight-ish, but I love the way they look. And so they really add to my title really well. I said definitely chase waterfalls, and I'm sorry about that. My kid keeps interrupting me while I'm trying to do a voiceover. definitely chase waterfalls instead of TLC's advice of don't go chasing waterfalls, because I highly recommend chasing waterfalls. So I had to use the sticker from the sticker book because it said go with the flow, and I'm sitting in front of a waterfall. I mean, come on. So I'm gonna just layer because these stickers are very 2D, and so layering them gives the interest that I'm looking for in my pages. So I think I'm gonna use that tiger, but I don't. I actually pull out a yellow tiger from the sticker book, and I kind of introduce new colors there. And I'm glad I did that because I use a few different ones on the layout. So I use a yellow tiger there. So I decided to use yellow on the other page. So I pick a little yellow camera that's over there and stick it down. And then later on, I'm gonna add yellow splatters. So I'll take this break to say that this is part of a blog hop. I'm going to link down below the Cherry on Top vlog, which is the starting point. And it's a super quick one. It's just 5 blogs, and you just comment and someone will be entered to win a $10 credit to the Cherry on Top store. I'll also link my affiliate link down below if you need to pick up some of these supplies or you feel like creating your own mini album or traveler's notebook. It's so fun to see what everybody has come up with for this theme of mini album or traveler's notebook. And lastly, I have these clear like enamel beads that I'm gonna add, and they kind of just look like water droplets. So I thought that would be a fun addition to fill in a few gaps there. And then off camera, I do add a little bit of that mustard yellow splatter. So thanks for watching today. Please like and subscribe here, and I will put those links down below, and make sure you hop along. It's a super quick way to be entered to win $10 card to a Cherry on Top. So thanks for watching, y'all. Bye.